Light is a form of energy that allows us to see the world around us. It travels incredibly fast, much faster than anything else we know of. When light enters our eyes, it interacts with special cells that send signals to our brain, and our brain interprets those signals as images. Without light, we would be living in complete darkness. Think about what happens when you walk into a dark room. You can't see anything until you turn on a light. That's because there's no light reflecting off the objects in the room to reach your eyes. Everything appears black because no light is being emitted or reflected for us to perceive. Light is essential for life on Earth. Plants use light to make food through photosynthesis, and animals, including humans, rely on plants or other animals that eat plants for sustenance. The sun, our closest star, is a natural light source that sustains life on our planet. Objects that produce their own light are called luminous objects. The sun, a burning ball of gas, is a great example of a luminous object. It emits light as a result of the nuclear reactions happening within its core. Other examples include stars, light bulbs, and fireflies. These objects generate light through various processes such as heat, chemical reactions, or biological processes. On the other hand, objects that cannot produce their own light are called non-luminous objects. These objects are visible to us because they reflect light from luminous objects. For instance, the moon does not emit its own light. We see the moon because it reflects sunlight that falls on its surface. Similarly, a book is a non-luminous object. We are able to read a book because it reflects light from a source such as the sun or a lamp. The reflected light then enters our eyes, allowing us to see the printed words. Light travels in straight lines. We call these straight lines rays of light. A ray of light represents the path taken by light energy as it moves from a light source. Understanding this property is important in fields like optics, where we study how light behaves and interacts with lenses and mirrors. When many rays of light travel together in the same direction, we call this a beam of light. A good example is the beam of light from a flashlight or a laser pointer. These devices produce concentrated beams of light that are easy to see and can be pointed in specific directions. Reflection is the process of light bouncing back when it hits a surface. When light strikes a smooth surface, such as a mirror, it is reflected at a specific angle. This is called specular reflection. This is why we can see our reflections in mirrors. However, when light strikes a rough surface like a piece of paper, it is reflected in many different directions. This is called diffuse reflection. Diffuse reflection is the reason why we can see objects even when they are not directly in line with the light source. Understanding reflection is crucial in many applications, including designing mirrors, lenses, and even in telecommunications using fiber optics. By manipulating the way light is reflected, we can control its direction and focus it for various purposes.